Considering retiring to the Boise, Idaho area, wondering what you can expect when it comes to Social Security, taxes, healthcare, housing, basic utilities, and really just all of those key factors that play into retirement? Well, then today's video is for you. Sit back as I tell you everything you need to know prior to making that big decision to retire here in Idaho. I'll cover all the details you will need to know so you can ensure that your golden years will truly be just that, golden. As you likely already know, over the past several years, Idaho as a whole has received a lot of recognition for being a retirement haven. And with the Gem State's blend of beauty, safety, and just its overall high quality of life, it is unsurprisingly increasingly becoming quite the top relocation spot for retirees.
Yes, but why?
Well, let me tell you. First, and let's cover this one at the beginning because while it isn't the most exciting or sexiest topic by any means, it is important. Let's talk about what you need to know regarding Social Security and taxes. When it comes to your Social Security benefits, Idaho's approach is thankfully very straightforward. Here in Idaho, Social Security retirement benefits are not taxed at the state level. Add to that the fact that both our state property taxes as well as our sales taxes are relatively low when compared to other states across our great nation. And yeah, both of these attributes are certainly appealing to retirees. That all said, it is important to note that other forms of retirement income, such as say a 401k or an IRA, well, those would be taxed at the state's normal income tax level, which tops out at 5.8%. And then on a similar note, here in Idaho, we do not have estate or inheritance taxes. This, of course, is a significant advantage for seniors who want to leave a financial legacy for their families and who also just don't want to waste time having to worry about their assets being just completely taxed to death upon their passing.
No pun intended.
One additional incentive I want to be sure you know about regarding property taxes here in Idaho is our homeowners exemption. Idaho's $125,000 homeowners exemption will allow you to save significantly on your property taxes. I've filmed a full video that dives into property taxes and outlines both how the homeowners exemption works and how you go about applying for it. I will put a link to it in the description of this video for you to check out. But for the purposes of this video, just have it on your radar and please rest assured that it is a very easy and streamlined process.
Roger that.
Okay, so to wrap this one up, here in Idaho, we have a 5.8% flat income tax rate and a 6% sales tax rate. Number 2, Social Security retirement benefits are not taxable. Number 3, pensions are partially taxable. And I say partially because some military and government pensions can qualify for exemptions. And if you fall into this bucket, we would be happy to connect you with an experienced and great CPA who could carefully outline everything you need to know. And then number 4, other forms of retirement income such as 401ks and IRAs are taxable. Number 5, Idaho does not have an inheritance or estate tax, meaning retirees can rest assured that their assets will go to their loved ones without incurring additional taxes or having to undergo a tedious estate planning process. And last, number 6, when it comes time to pay property taxes, Idaho's homeowners exemption will allow you to avoid paying taxes of up to 50% of the assessed value of your home or up to a maximum of $125,000. So all in all, from a financial perspective, when it comes to taxes and Social Security, Idaho is pretty much just a fantastic place for retirees.
Sure sounds like it.
Okay, so next up, let's talk about safety. Now, of course, feeling safe and secure is another big factor for all of us. And thankfully, the Boise area as a whole is widely recognized and praised as being a very safe place to live. Our consistently low crime rate, which allows residents of all ages to feel safe and secure, is a major pull. The peace of mind this offers is really invaluable for those who are seeking out a peaceful and worry-free retirement. And I don't know about you, but I don't know anyone who is approaching retirement or who has already retired who doesn't like the sound of a worry-free lifestyle.
Yeah, that is true. That is definitely true.
Now, of course, the Treasure Valley is a real place. It's not a utopia, and crime does happen here, but I can tell you the safety and overall cleanliness of our community, well, that really is one of my absolute favorite things about living here. If you're curious to dive into our crime statistics, here are several great and readily available online resources for you to check out. There's neighborhoodscout.com, crimegrade.org, and spotcrime.com. So have at it, do your research, but spoiler alert, I think you're going to be very happy with what you find.
Straight on to Idaho then.
It just occurred to me that I never introduced myself. Sorry about that. Hi, I'm Marcie Ellison, a local real estate agent here in the Boise, Idaho area. And if this is your first time to our channel, just know that our goal with this channel is to put together on-the-ground videos that really would have helped us almost 20 years ago when we were first contemplating moving here. We post videos every single week featuring on-the-ground tours throughout Boise and its surrounding Treasure Valley. So to be sure you don't miss out on any of those, and also it helps us to see that little subscriber number tick up, we would greatly appreciate it if you take a second to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so now let's talk about what living in Boise means in regard to healthcare. And as the saying goes, health is wealth, and that saying typically only grows more true as one ages. Thankfully for retirees, Boise boasts a wide range of high-quality healthcare facilities, including St. Luke's and St. Alphonsus healthcare systems. Both of these top-ranked hospitals are renowned for their advanced medical technologies and highly skilled doctors, nurses, and staff. Both of these major hospitals offer specialized geriatric services, including comprehensive medical evaluations, memory care programs, rehab and physical therapy services. Their offerings really span the gamut, and we are just so lucky to have them here in our valley. And then we also have multiple primary health walk-in clinics. And as you can see, these are situated in close proximity to just about everywhere across the valley. So if you're coming here from out of state and aren't yet familiar with primary health is actually Idaho's largest independent medical group. And it's unique in that new patients and or those in need of urgent care can walk in and be seen without an appointment. Having multiple primary health clinics nearby can certainly provide many retirees with peace of mind. And that's especially true for people who are relocating here from out of state who haven't yet had the opportunity or need to establish a primary care doctor or provider.
We've just arrived.
It's at this point that many of our retiree clients and or friends ask us about our medical costs and what they should really expect. Now, this one can be a bit tricky to answer because, well, as we all know, medical costs and insurance providers can and do vary widely. The very best thing for you to do would be to review your insurance and or Medicare provider to ensure you're covered here in the valley for the care you might need. While my team and I are obviously not in the medical field, we can certainly help you find the answers you'll need to fully wrap your head around what you can expect. I can tell you that across the board, so through our wonderful network of retirees, so that includes our family members, we actually have 3 grandparents who live right in Boise and in Star, as well as many neighbors and past clients turned friends, some of whom are also now neighbors. Anyhow, across the board, they are happy with the medical care and options they've found here.
That's, of course, if he's taking his medication.
Next, let's discuss the cost of living. Now, when it comes to one's overall cost of living, the largest expense is almost always going to be housing. In general, across the U.S., the cost of having a roof over our heads accounts for roughly 25% of our household's monthly budget. So for Boise, Idaho and the surrounding Treasure Valley, let's look at what this means right now. As of today, the average sales price for homes sold across the Treasure Valley, so I am grouping together both Ada County, which is the county that Boise, Meridian, Eagle, Star, and Kuna fall into. I'm grouping that with Canyon County, and Canyon County is made up of Nampa, Caldwell, Middleton, Parma, and Melba. Okay, so right now our median sales price is currently right above $460,000. And if you're a numbers person and you are wondering what the average sales price is, that's about $100K more, and it's currently sitting right around $560,000. For the purposes of this video, I am going to stick with the median sales price because, well, that obviously represents the number and the price that's right in the very middle of the range. Thus, it isn't going to be skewered by any crazy outlandish home sales, but instead it gives us more of a middle, let's call it a normal standard to start working from. Okay, so what could you expect to get for about $460,000 across the Treasure Valley? While this will, of course, vary depending on many factors such as location, square footage, condition, lot size, age, all of those, in general, for $460,000 in today's market, you could expect to be able to find an 1,800 to 2,200 square foot home with 2 beds, 2 baths, situated on a standard size lot. Or if you're one who is hoping to live in a 55 plus community, well, the pricing there tends to surprise many because people are usually actually surprised that prices are lower than they expect. That said, the monthly dues to live in such communities, which are used to, of course, maintain all the shared amenities and perks, well, those costs can and often do add up, and sometimes pretty quickly. If you're looking to learn more about 55 plus communities, we have a video in which we highlight the major pros and cons that you should know about when it comes to considering making one home. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video for you to check out. And now let's shift gears just a little bit because, well, life isn't only just all about the practicalities, right?
Obviously. Listen, let's talk about something else. Something fun.
Let's talk about the quality of life Boise offers. With its abundance of natural beauty and recreational activities, so you can jet up to McCall for a weekend getaway, or up the Sawtooth to enjoy some incredible mountain views, or if you just want to head out to go fishing for the day but you don't want a long drive, you could do that all within minutes of where you live, right on the Boise River. There is truly never a lack of options or things to do. Boise and its surrounding Treasure Valley is renowned for our outdoor recreation. The city itself is surrounded by mountains, rivers, as well as the foothills and great open wilderness. And then add to that our list of just incredible parks, which are clean and safe. Gosh, our public parks alone are something that truly often helps differentiate Boise from so many other cities. And then there's the Boise Greenbelt, which is a 25-mile paved pathway that runs all along the Boise River. It goes right through the heart of Boise, as well as through Eagle, Garden City, and Star. It often, too, just really seems to surprise people and just pretty much delights them to discover. More often than not, when we tell newcomers or people who are just playing with the idea of moving here about our Greenbelt, we are often met with sort of confused expressions, and often, especially from people who are moving here from, say, California or Seattle or Portland, we are promptly asked about the homeless population because, well, people immediately hear about this expansive public pathway and they just sort of assume it's going to be something just really completely opposite of what it is. To be completely candid, they often think it is going to be, well, like something that they would see in the city or area that they are fleeing from. Thankfully, our Greenbelt is incredibly well maintained and just widely praised and celebrated as being yet another safe, friendly, clean, and really just wonderful part of our valley. And then what would retirement be without a little bit of golf? There are golf courses in every single town across the valley, as well as wineries, fun pubs, breweries, and of course a number of great restaurants all around. And then there is also the Idaho Shakespeare Festival, the botanical gardens, art museums, miles and miles of walking trails up in the foothills, boating out at Lucky Peak or Lake Lowell, or paddleboarding in lakes and rivers all across the valley. And then there's also the ballet, musicals, the opera, countless parks and rec classes, art festivals, the annual Hot Air Balloon Festival, and then comes the holiday season. And my goodness, from January through December, so pretty much for the whole year, there are seemingly endless activities and events. And again, these are not just limited to Christmas. You will find activities for St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, of course, Easter, Halloween, just really all of the holidays here are celebrated with gusto. And then if you're a big shopper, rest assured you'll be a-okay. Between the Village and Meridian, which is one of our major outdoor shopping centers, the Boise Town Square, which is our indoor mall, several Costco's across the valley, as well as just about any other big box store you can imagine, including a Scheels that is just about to open right off the freeway in Meridian, which of course people are very, very excited about. Anyhow, there are just so many options, and I haven't even gotten into all of the independently owned boutiques and shops. Really, just know that you will never have an issue getting your shopping fix on. And then there are also speedways, shooting ranges, countless great gyms and fitness facilities, a fantastic library system. Really, the list just goes on and on. And then during the winter months, retirees can enjoy skiing and snowboarding at nearby Bogus Basin, which is our local ski resort. And if camping is your jam, well then you, my friend, will love living in the Treasure Valley. We aren't known as being the land of RV garages for nothing.
Chicks love dudes with RVs.
And then, of course, Boise's location makes it a great starting point for RV trips. In just about a day's drive, you can get to many of the West's top national parks, from deserts to canyons to mountains. Or if you need your ocean fix, well, you can make it to the gorgeous Oregon coast in just about 8.5 to 9 hours. The overall quality of life that living in the Boise area offers is incredible for many retirees. Now, let's talk about transportation. So with this one, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that Boise has a fantastic airport. It's super accessible, easy to get in and out of, and has many, many nonstop direct flights to major cities all over the country. So if you have family members who aren't living in the Treasure Valley, rest assured that you can easily hop on a plane and get to wherever you need to so you can get your grandbaby fix. Or on the other hand, if say you're worried about our winters, which really aren't as bad as many initially anticipate, but that's neither here nor there. I have a video on that too, which I'll link to in the description. But if you are a little bit concerned about the snow and want to be sure that you can get to, I don't know, Arizona to replenish your vitamin D levels, well, you can easily do that too. Our airport is really just a great pro. Now for the big con. If you need public transportation, well, the Boise area just flat out does not have a great public transportation system. And this is mainly due to our population size, which even after the boom we have seen remains on the lower side, especially if you're comparing it to many cities with great public transportation systems. So there hasn't yet been a huge need for it. That said, that need has indeed steadily been growing. And while we do have some public busing, it really is pretty much limited to Boise. And then in some towns, such as in Eagle, we have some senior service busing and transportation systems set up for basic grocery shopping and just essential errand running. But well, overall, our public transportation options are limited, and the growth we're seeing in this sector isn't exactly happening too quickly.
By all means, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills me.
All in all, if you are considering retiring in the Boise area, I think you will find that retirement here offers a great and balanced blend of affordability, quality healthcare, and just a wonderful, active, and healthy lifestyle. With the right planning, you can make the most of your retirement in our wonderful slice of the Pacific Northwest. If you're looking to learn more about what living in Idaho could and would be like for you, please jot down our number so you have it on hand when you're ready to take that next step. Or if you aren't quite ready to hop on the phone, but would still like to continue to learn about what living in the Treasure Valley is really like, well, we have just a fantastic and completely free, no strings attached relocation guide that you can download and peruse through at your leisure. I will put a link to it in the description of this video. And then once you are ready to take that next step, give us a call or shoot us a text so we can set up an exploratory call. My very low pressure, but also highly professional and proven team are here and ready to help. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.